Okay, what is going on? LBHT Crew B. What is going on?
Not much, pretty uneventful week, pretty uneventful morning. Just a regular Wednesday over here. So
Yes, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week is going well, but if not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So wherever you're watching us, make sure you hit that like button, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're listening to the audio form of this, we put this out on Thursday at lunchtime, noon. So we hope you're enjoying your lunch break. If you're listening to this on Thursday, make sure you hit that 5-star review. Look, yes, we started a little late, but guess what? Adelia ain't here, so that's what you get. You get late when Adelia's not here.
Like I've been telling y'all for years, such thing as late. It's our show.
Facts. Who we have in here? We got Alaska Man. Salute says, just got to say EC is a trash can. What you guys think? Hey, you guys know how we feel about EDC around here. So, oh wait, I know you guys are thinking because you're thinking the same way I am.
You call a man a trash can? Like that's, I'm sure he's a fine individual.
Yeah. What's up, Osmond? Thanks for coming through. Urban in the house. Salute. We got Pay the Bills. What up, though? What up? Appreciate you coming through. Game Too Easy in the house is just waiting on Brodny's reaction to it. Yeah. Davon's in the house. Salute.
Up,
I got just Al already. So good evening, LBHT Show. Oh no, it's Osmond, not just Al. It says, I hope everyone is well. Let's see if we can get this show moved to 5:45 a.m. Just Al was feeling the morning show this morning. He's like, this is more my speed. This is more my speed. 5:45. That's a little too early. I'm actually up at 5:45, but not quite ready to do a show. Okay. We are toying with the idea of doing a quick morning show, 15 minutes. We did 20 minutes today because the donations are coming in. We gotta let the donations flow in. We gotta stay a little bit longer.
Just to be clear, when you say we, you're talking about you and Hendo. I will not be attending. So
okay. Yeah. All right. We'll talk. Okay. This is
you can talk all you want. I ain't getting up in no goddamn 5:45.
Oh, you won't?
Ravens? Hell no.
Because we've gotten up earlier than that for some Inaway fights.
Yeah, that's a monster Inaway. Okay, that's an event, and that ain't every day.
All right. Speaking of, there's the man right there.
That liar right there.
Salute.
You got the link, Hendo.
I mean, he's here this morning.
That's what I told him. Like he could show up when you invite him, but when I invite him, he'd be ghosting me.
I got nothing to do with that.
And especially after the incident we had this morning, I tried to call customer service for the Rogue Pod Discord server. He ain't answer either.
He answered. He's just a little late. Okay. Boba T in the house says no. I'm not sure what you're saying no to, but thanks for coming through, Boba T. Shug. What is going on? Shug will be the topic of our overtime show. All right. So if you want to know what's going on with that, he's giving you a little hint. Any HOA in here? They weren't HOA. They were neighborhood watch. All right.
No, he said or neighborhood watch. He covered all his bases.
There you go. That's a story you're not going to want to miss. That's going to be on our overtime show on Patreon. Patreon.com/LBHT Show is how you can do that. Urban got you already. Justin P's in the house. Salute. Thanks for coming through. D Weezy. What's up, D Weezy? Thanks for coming through. Killer Cam says Hola Jose. And mucho gusto, Brodny.
Nice to meet you, Cam.
Boba T, what's going on? Says you guys summed it up perfectly yesterday. Look at the Ravens' track record of drafting in the second round, fourth round, fifth round, etc. Ravens never take a shot, and it's annoying. We're going to get into it. Zeke Hokage's in the house. Salute. Appreciate you. Okay, you guys piled in early. Big Reg in the house. What's good with you? And we got our guy AD from Press Start 410. Salute. Yolanda. What's going on, Yolanda?
What's up, Yolanda?
Appreciate you. And we got our guy Nitro in the house. Says hello, hello, hello. You're on the lunch break hot take show. Okay, all right. I like that. I like that. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Monday show if you're not already. All right, got all the shout outs. Oh, Bazel, did I get Bazel?
Yeah, is Bazel in here?
Bazel is in here. What's up, Bazel?
What's going on, Bazel? How you doing?
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming through. All right. Look, trade deadline is come and gone. A lot of trades have happened, but not over here. Not over here. And we're going to get into all of that. But first, we like to start every show with a Black History fact. And B and Akole have a Black History fact for you.
This week on the LBHT Black History Fact, Chica da Silva, born Francisca da Silva de Oliveira in the mid-18th century in Minas Gerais, Brazil, began life as an enslaved woman of African descent. Her early years were marked by hardship, including being sold multiple times and bearing a child while still enslaved. Her life took a dramatic turn when she entered a relationship with João Fernandes de Oliveira, a wealthy Portuguese diamond contractor. He not only freed her, but also elevated her social status by showering her with wealth, building her a lavish home, and sending their children to Europe for education. An extraordinary privilege for a woman of her background. Despite the racial and social barriers of colonial Brazil, Chica da Silva became a prominent figure in elite society. Her ability to navigate these structures made her a symbol of both empowerment and contradiction. She benefited from a system that had once oppressed her, yet she also challenged its norms. Her legacy is complex, celebrated for her resilience, and criticized for her complicity in colonial hierarchies. Over time, her story has been romanticized in Brazilian culture through films, television, and literature, often portrayed as the slave who became a queen. Chica da Silva died around 1796, but her life continues to resonate as a powerful narrative of transformation. She remains a cultural icon, whose story invites reflection on race, gender, and power in Brazil's colonial past.
Salute to the Black History Fact. All right, look, let's get into it. Trade deadlines come and gone. There were a lot of trades that were made. I was going to put up a graphic about all the trades that were made, but I was busy. I got too busy at work. Okay, couldn't do it. Sauce Gardner got traded.
Yep, 2 first-round picks and Adonai Mitchell.
Quentin Williams got traded.
First and a second. That's 5 first-round picks over the next 2 years for the Jets, if you're counting.
Who else? Jalen Phillips was traded.
Much more reasonable.
Yeah, Logan Wilson was traded.
Logan Wilson, Rashid Shaheed, Jacoby Myers. A lot of movement this year.
A lot of movement.
But one name reigns above all, and that is Tennessee edge rusher Draymond Jones.
What?
So, conditional 5th-round pick that could become a 4th-round pick because he's just that dope. He's a guy who, in the last 4 weeks, has had 4.5 sacks. From what I understand, from what I read, the sacks that he's gotten recently have come against all backup tackles, 2nd, 3rd, 4th string guys. But that's not to take anything from Draymond.
Play who's in front of you.
Beat who's in front of you. All right. Just like Odafe Owe in his last 4 games had 4 sacks because he beats who's in front of him. Which kind of brings me to my opinion on this trade. I don't have anything against Draymond Jones. I think he's a fine player. But this doesn't really do anything but bring you back to where you were when you had Owe. on the team, as the lead pass rusher, arguably. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess the Tennessee had Jeffrey Simmons. They also had Kevin Zeitler. You could have asked about either one of those dudes and been much better off.
But Just Ray Big tweeted out something to the effect of, Kevin Zeitler would have messed up their compensatory pick formula.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
one of the more infuriating things about Baltimore, that you pay such close attention to the comp picks. I hate it so much.
I hate it under any circumstance. Well, not any circumstance. I hate it in a year where we're supposedly trying to win a Super Bowl. Those things shouldn't matter. But like, if I wouldn't like it anytime. I wouldn't like it anytime. If you need help and you're wavering on that because you're like, hey, I'm gonna use this pick. I could understand it more if you actually hit on some of those picks. EC almost never hits on those picks. Why do you cherish those picks so much?
Because he likes to take a lot of dart throws, right? And like I said, they know that they're gonna have to cut a lot of the veterans on the team pretty soon because of Lamar's deal. Even if when he restructures, like you're going to have to. You can't pay all those high price guys once the bulk of his deal really kicks in. So you need a lot of picks to try and fill out the depth on the team. But yeah, like you said, you're not very good at drafting. You want to fill those out with guys in the first 3 rounds. And again, if this is the level of move that you're going to make, just take the day off, man. Go hang out with the kids or something. Like this doesn't do anything for the Ravens in my eyes, because even if he is, an okay pass rusher, like your pass rush is bad. It's toward the bottom of the league, right? So adding an okay guy isn't going to bring you up to where you want it to be. We said that he should have been calling 31 teams about offensive linemen. I'm not going to say he didn't do it, but obviously nothing came of it.
So okay,
it's not enough.
That's another thing too, because every year I don't know how many times you guys got to hear the same talking points from the Ravens gatekeepers, right? You know who they are, the same ones that tell you, hey, everything's fine. Hey, you shouldn't be expecting this. Hey, you shouldn't want to get this person because he's not worth the money, blah, 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 blah. Picks are worth more because you got to pay these guys and draft picks. You can draft people that fit under the cap and whatever, right? They're the same people that tell you this every year.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, man, like if you're not getting the talent, you have you have to try other things, right? So okay, we don't make any moves to improve anything, right? Because the defense is like these moves don't really help the defense. Like the defense is bad, right? That's not gonna it'll marginally help the defense. Like don't do anything for the offense. This is what we have. So when we go through through the rest of the season, I'm sure we'll win some games, get to the playoffs, and we fall short. Then what?
Yeah, those picks would have been much better, or that pick would have been much better spent trying to get Rashid Shaheed out of New Orleans than getting a guy like Draymond Jones, right?
Yeah.
To be completely transparent about it, like I don't agree with all the trades that were made. Like the Colts went out and they spent 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner, who hasn't had an interception since 2022.
Right.
The Cowboys went out and they spent a first and a second on Quinnen Williams. Again, he's not going to fix their defense. He's a great player. He's not going to fix their defense. But I would 10 times out of 10 rather make those moves than be, what you think is a contender and say Draymond Jones is it.
Yeah, I mean, picks matter when you can pick well, right? We don't pick well. And then Draymond Jones, why? Okay, the people that'll tell you Draymond Jones is a good picker, and this isn't anything bad by Draymond Jones. Like I think he is a solid player. He is going to contribute. Like, let's just get that out of the way right now. Like, yes, I think he's going to contribute, and I'll be happy when I see him get sacks and all that stuff. And I think he's better than Owe right now, for sure. Upgrade, yeah. Alohi Gilman, already, you're making plays, right? Cool. Why are we happy about those moves? Like I said this morning, those moves represent failure because Owe was supposed to be that guy. Spent a first round pick on him. Ojabo was supposed to be that guy. Spent a second round pick on him. Mike Green's supposed to be that guy. Spent a second round pick on him with first round potential. But we need to bring in Draymond Jones because those guys aren't doing it. Alohi Gilman, we got to bring him in because our first round pick isn't doing it. Right? So those moves represent the failures of this organization, and we see that a lot. Roquan Smith is here because they failed in drafting Patrick Queen. No matter how you feel about Patrick Queen, he wasn't the player that we needed him to be, so we had to trade for Roquan Smith. We do that a lot on defense.
And honestly, I don't think that this guy's better than Owe. I think
he's all around.
He's a 5 sack a year guy for his career.
But not just sacks. But
that's what this move is about, right? This move is to help the pass rush very specifically.
Well, I think
you can't get to the quarterback.
Well, I don't think it's just pass rush because we need to be able to stop the run too. I think
they do, but their problem with stopping the run mostly is right up the middle because you've had a lot of injuries there and you have no depth there. They didn't do anything to address that. They were looking specifically at pass rush. They're looking to get after the other team's quarterback, and this guy's not particularly better at that than Owe is. You say maybe he's been a bit more consistent throughout his career because he always gets 4 to 6 sacks.
Yeah.
And always been a little more up and down. But I don't know. To me, like I said, this is just getting you kind of back to where you were with Owe. Alohi Gilman is a good player, not a great player. But those guys are not fixing the issue because again, the issue in Baltimore on the defensive side hadn't been talent. It's not been the talent. So adding more players to that is not fixing the issue. That's why I said the picks would be much better spent trading for Rashid Shaheed. Trading for another guy who can go out there and make plays. I mean, listen, I don't want to get into a whole Rashad Bateman thing, but he's better than Rashad Bateman. Like he could sit Rashad Bateman down. You know what I mean? But again, this is going to come down to how far can Lamar and that offense take you. So if you're looking at it from that lens, again, you have to first call every team about O linemen. And listen, a couple O linemen got traded. They're not good. Well, actually one, I think. Trevor Penning got traded to the Chargers. He's not good. But Evan Neal was very available. He's also not good, but I would rather take a shot and see if those guys can help you out more than bringing in Draymond Jones and just saying we'll call it a day.
Yeah. Listen, I said it's nothing against Draymond Jones. What's up, Danity? Thanks for coming through. But I don't respect these moves. You can't keep getting credit for being a top tier organization. You don't keep getting the excuse for not landing players, right? If you're supposed to be that GM, you're supposed to be that organization. You're supposed to make something happen. And one of the talking points that these people like to put out there is, oh well, it takes 2 to tango, right? Well, you don't know if they didn't make the calls, and maybe they made the calls, and the team didn't want to trade them. So what is your job as a GM? What makes you a good GM? If you can't, if you don't call any shots on the team, you can't fire your head coach, you can't make any significant trades. What is your job? You don't draft well. What do you do? Right? If you're not drafting well, it doesn't matter as long as you can fill those positions. Right? Mm-hmm. Hey, I missed on edge rusher, but you know what? I got Jalen Phillips. Cool. I missed on cornerback, but we traded for Sauce Gardner. All right, cool. Right? Like we're filling the gap somehow, some way. We keep missing a wide receiver, but you know what? I went ahead and signed T. Higgins. All right. Right. You're doing your job. However you do it. But he's not doing any of that.
Yeah.
The only thing he's doing is leaning on Lamar Jackson, who he didn't draft.
And that's been, we talked about this at draft time. What's up, CI and Addict? Where people will argue, no, you don't draft for need. Well, one, yes, you absolutely do. But if you're going to argue, hey, you should just take the best player available, period, you can't make that argument in Baltimore because they don't use the other phases effectively to acquire players. They don't go in free agency and fill holes anymore. They used to. There was a time when they would fill almost all their holes in free agency and set themselves up to take the best player available in drafts. That's not the case anymore. You know, the trade market, they'll make trades here and there, right? But again, trading for Draymond Jones, what did that fix? It didn't fix anything. No. Maybe it bolsters the pass rush a little bit, but it didn't fix your pass rush. It didn't fix your run defense. It didn't fix your issues in coverage, right? So, it was just something to put out there and say, hey, we did something, right? You didn't fix the O-line. So this is why we always go so hard on them taking players like Malachi Starks at the top of the draft. Because, one, obviously the draft is a bit of a crapshoot. You don't know what kind of a player you're going to get. But even if Malachi Starks works out to be the player you think he's going to be, it still doesn't fix your biggest issues. No. So yeah, I mean, I just look at him and I'm like, it's just a team that is stuck in a funk. They're complacent. They don't want to hear from anybody outside the organization. They're like blocking out all the fans. They're blocking out the media who's telling them, hey, you're not going about this the right way. And they've got their head down and they're just going to keep doing the things that they do. They're going to keep doing it the way they do it until Bisciotti calls them and says, get the hell out.
Yeah. And when we say that this team is lazy, this is exactly what we're talking about. Lazy coaching staff, lazy GM. This is laziness. They're lazy because their quarterback allows them to be lazy. The same quarterback that people were saying quit on them. Oh, he could have played through those injuries. Yeah, your GM could have traded for somebody, could have signed somebody. Your coach could have done a lot better. Your coach could have gotten a more NFL ready defensive coordinator, right? Like they could have done a lot more things too. Are they quitting? They're not quitting. They just they're just sleeping on the job. That's all. Which one are you reading, B?
I'm here game too easy. So how you build a team with no depth on both sides of the trenches? I don't know. That's not how we do things in Carolina. I know that's not how you do things in Atlanta. I mean, that's not how you do things anywhere around the league.
So we're gonna get to Carolina in a minute. But I want to transition into what's up, Jared? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. We got 60 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, hit that subscribe button. And turn on the notification bells because shows can drop at any time around here. Okay, you want to be ready for that, and you want to be ready for the overtime show. You guys want to be a part of this. Our brother Suge Knight 323 had a little incident the other day, and that's going to be a topic.
An awakening, one might say.
That's going to be a topic of discussion right there. Okay, just a little preview.
If you don't know what that is in the background, that's a screenshot from the movie Neighborhood Watch.
Yeah. So patreon.com/LBHT shows how you can do it. But okay, the Ravens play the Vikings this Sunday.
Sure do.
And look, I said easy money, easy work right there. Okay, we're gonna let the good times roll. Then I caught the end of the Vikings and Lions game where the Vikings were up, and then they ended up winning the game. And I said, "Huh, they're playing and they're playing in Detroit. Maybe we need to take this a little more seriously as fans, because the Ravens can't overlook anybody at this point. But as fans, maybe this is going to be a little." Yes, I said easy money, right? They weren't good, but JJ McCarthy's a quarterback, and he's not particularly good either. But he ain't Carson Wentz, right? Like, he's not Carson Wentz. And maybe this is going to be a little bit tougher because we are playing in Minnesota. Obviously, it's a team we should still be able to beat, but cannot sleep on this team. This is one of these games. I can't even call it a trap game. We're a losing team. Nothing's a trap game, but this is one of those games where we're gonna find out how prepared this team really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Carson Wentz is awful.
Yes.
JJ McCarthy, I was never a believer in JJ McCarthy, but you give him the benefit of the doubt, say he can improve and become a better player, blah, 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 whatever. But they've got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson. And Aaron Jones is back now. So like that's not something that you can sleep on. They're a very talented team. And for a defense that has been struggling, to say the least, it's going to be a tough task to shut down that offense. It just is. Now, they should beat Minnesota. They should beat Minnesota pretty easily. But, I mean, they should have beaten several teams who wound up in that L column for them. So we'll see. With Lamar back, you feel like they're going to win all these games. But listen, they never went undefeated with Lamar as starting quarterback. So, the reality is they're probably going to drop one or two along this stretch of the next 8 or 9 that you feel like they should win easily.
Yes.
And this is one of those games that's in danger of them dropping because, again, Minnesota has a lot of talent. And, if they get a decent game out of their quarterback, they can be very, very dangerous.
Yeah. So, again, it all depends on how the players, because you can't get John Harbaugh. You can't put on John Harbaugh to get these players ready. He's not going to get them ready. They have to really get themselves ready for this game and approach this game like they have to win it, right? And they had extra time because they played on Thursday, so they had a little extra time to prepare for this. We'll see. I'm going to pick them to win, but this is one of those games where if they look bad, bad news, right? But if they win this game, especially they win it, not easily, but handily, boom, I feel very confident over this next stretch. If they lose this game, it's not the end of the world, but you're getting close to it.
Yeah. Pittsburgh beat Indianapolis, which they weren't supposed to do. So they're limping along. They're not just laying down for you. They may not be running full speed towards that division championship, but they're still moving.
They got a tough stretch these next 4 games.
They do, and they're not a very good team. But Baltimore can't worry about that. They shouldn't be looking at Pittsburgh's score. They shouldn't be looking at those results at all. They have to beat every team on their schedule.
Yep. So. And Kev T says, Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league. He's been carrying some bad QBs over the years. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. He gets it done no matter who. Even with Carson Wentz out there, he manages to make it happen, and that's what a star wide receiver can do for your quarterback. People think Joe Flacco's back.
I know. Joe Flacco was a guy who. With Cleveland, I believe he had, 4 touchdowns to 6 interceptions in 4 games. And then in 4 games in Cincinnati, he gets 11 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Whole new guy. New guy. But, he found the fountain of youth, and it was called Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Yeah. And what was
the best part? The best part about because the counting stats are wildly different, right? So much better in Cincinnati. The exact same QBR in Cincinnati as he had in Cleveland. He is the exact same player, but he's playing with 2 great wide receivers in Cincinnati, and he was playing with Cedric Tillman in Cleveland.
Same QBR. Flacco has done absolutely nothing different from the time he was playing in Cleveland to the time right now he's playing in Cincinnati. Absolutely nothing. The only difference is his targets.
Because Joe gonna go out there and sling it regardless.
Yeah.
You could have Justin Jefferson out there or you could have a 7-year-old girl who's never seen a football in her life, and Joe gonna sling it. All right. And one of those is going to get caught by Justin Jefferson, and one of them is going to get intercepted by the defense. And Joe don't care. Joe out there to throw it.
So never let these people around here tell you that wide receivers don't matter and they don't make a difference. They make all the difference. All the difference. In all these prime years of Lamar, and you don't want to get them somebody like that, that's just malpractice by this organization. And it tells you their priority isn't winning Super Bowls. They don't let anybody tell you. They'll give you all the hyperbole. They'll give you all the coach speak and all that stuff, organizational speak of we're committed to winning, and that's that's all we think about, and whatever. They care about winning. They don't care about winning Super Bowls.
Yeah,
they care about winning enough. As long as they win enough to sell tickets, as long as they win enough to have people just say, "Oh yeah, we love you. You guys are doing great." Oh, Super Bowl's a crapshoot. As long as people can buy into that, they are perfectly content. They do not care about Super Bowls.
That's always my favorite thing. Oh, it's really hard to win a Super Bowl. I don't know, man. The Chiefs have done it 3 times in 6 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what
they're doing? Maybe.
Guess what? The Eagles just won it, and they are approaching this season like they've never won a Super Bowl ever.
And that was their second one recently.
So I said this on the morning show. I don't know how true this is. I saw it. I saw it on social media, right? I don't know if that person was a reliable source or not, but the guy was saying that the Eagles were actually targeting Myles Garrett, and they had been in talks with the Browns for weeks, and they offered the Browns 3 first-round picks, and the Browns were considering it, and then just decided, we'll keep them, and then they pivoted to Jalen Phillips.
Yeah. The Eagles GM was talking about that, and how they you can't always get those big deals done, but you always gotta you have to be aggressive when you have the opportunity to be aggressive. And if they offered 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett and Cleveland said no, that just shows you why they're Cleveland. Myles Garrett may be the best defensive player in the league. He may be the best defensive player of his generation. He's 29. You haven't won anything with him. You're not any closer now to winning than you were when you drafted him. What are you keeping him for?
Yeah, he got you 5 sacks in one game, and you got the doors blown off of you still.
Right.
He can't help you. You trade him, right?
The way he can help you the most is getting you those 3 first-round picks.
Yeah. But that just goes to show you those are the reigning champs. They had everything last year. They had everything on that team, and they're like, we can do better. And there's no, hey, well, how are we going to afford this? Right? There's no, hey, this isn't Madden, can't get everybody. No, they're trying to get everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Myles Garrett, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll settle for Jalen Phillips. And we're over here saying, man, we got Draymond Jones, pat on the back. No. These are the teams that we're competing with. It's not okay to just be okay with what we have. We don't have we don't have starting quality guards on this team. And every week they out there lying to your face, right in your face, looking you right in the eye and saying, I think they're doing a great job. They're getting better every day.
Right. And hey, they might be. They still suck.
Yeah.
Right? and this is spoilers for one of our
You're right on time, Garnett. Did I miss the front office slander, or am I on time? First of all, it's not slander. It's the truth.
But this is spoiler for one of our submitted questions. Everybody was asking, or people said that EDC was in a tough position to negotiate, during the trade deadline. And did you give him any slack for that? And I'm like, he was put in a tough position by Eric DaCosta. Eric DaCosta is who put Eric DaCosta in a tough position.
Yeah,
because he didn't. Well, I mean, they don't have. There's not a whole lot of players available at the positions that they need. And they have to worry about the money coming with Lamar. coming soon. And I'm like, he put himself in that position because you did not do what you needed to do. You didn't prepare yourself for that the bump in salary that Lamar's going to get. You didn't prepare yourself to have depth on the O line. You didn't prepare yourself to have starters on the O line. Honestly, you were like a fan. You saw Malachi Starks and you saw some flashy plays, and you said, "Man, imagine if we can put him on the field and unlock Kyle Hamilton." You don't need somebody to unlock your star.
Right.
Your star should be your star. Period. Right. Nobody needs to unlock him. But whatever. But yeah, you saw that and you couldn't resist. And then you saw an edge rusher in the second round that you couldn't resist. You said, "Oh man, such value. Oh, he was. People were talking about him in the top 10. What's he doing?" Right. And that's not anything against Mike Green. He's a rookie. Those guys, they take a while to acclimate to the NFL and start to contribute on a regular, consistent basis. But he's not out there transforming your pass rush. And if he's not doing that on day one, why did you draft him? You need people who can protect your quarterback right now, right? And not even just right now. Last year, you went through an entire season last year of knowing you couldn't protect Lamar Jackson. And then you went through the whole offseason and said, "You know what? That'll probably work itself out." The most important thing that's on my plate, my number one job as the GM of the Baltimore Ravens is protecting our massive investment that's now got me in a bad position to negotiate. Our massive investment in this quarterback who's one of the greatest to ever play the game. The number one thing that I have to do is protect him. You went into your offseason press conference talking about, "Oh, you build through the line. We know that. That's how we're going to build it," and blah, blah, blah. And what did you do? You came back with a guy who your coach saw when he was 16 and decided he was going to be a future starter. Never mind what he's actually done on the field since then. He saw him at 16 years old and said, "That's my guy." And then a 7th rounder who you picked who lost his job last season that you gifted to him. You gifted that job to Andrew Voorhees, and then he lost it to Pat McCarry. And what was your reaction? "Man, we better let Pat McCarry go." Despite how valuable you used to say Pat McCarry was because he could play every position on the line and he provided that depth that you no longer have, you said, "Man, he beat out my hand-picked left guard. He's got to go." And we're going to gift that starting spot to Andrew Voorhees again. We're not going to give Ben Cleveland a shot. I know we're not going to give Emory Jones a shot since it's not 10 weeks in and he's barely practicing.
Right.
But, you said that. You said, "Hey, number one thing I got to do, protect my quarterback. I better get another safety. I better get another edge rusher. And when the O-line gets him injured, I better trade for another safety and trade for another edge rusher." It's malpractice. He should be fired. Here.
We're going to bring Ferris up in a second here, but Garnett, he posted a couple times in here. He said, "EDC failed this team in May. I perfectly break it down to if I have to." You don't need to break it down. He didn't fail it in May. He failed it years ago when they decided to bring in Alejandro Villanueva. Yeah. That was the first time that he just didn't care about the O-line anymore. Right? You trade away Orlando Brown, and you have Ronnie Stanley hurt. Already knew he was hurt, and he wasn't 100%. And you say, "Let's get Alejandro Villanueva, who was already fading, already washed, and then we're gonna try to move him over to play left tackle," right? And that didn't work. Obviously, you got your quarterback hurt. Then, did you take O-line seriously? Then, no, right? And last year, when you tried, like B already said it. When you had these two guards out there, and EDC said it, he said it that they weren't good enough. He said next year they'll get better. So he's already projecting that, hey, these guys are going to be the starters for next year. And they're an organization that thinks they can speak things into existence.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what it is right now.
For me, it feels like that. It may not be this, but it feels like it started when they needed an edge rusher, and Elvis Dumerville's agent faxed in his contract too late, and he fell in Baltimore's lap.
Yeah.
And they're like, listen, man, God favors Baltimore.
Hey, I mean, Ozzy can think that because that happened on the Ozzy, not EDC.
Yeah. But no. Eric was there. You know?
He just soaked it all in, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Through osmosis.
Yeah, that's why people give him credit for drafting Lamar.
Yeah.
Ozzy told him to make the call, but he made the call, though.
Yeah. EDC gets no credit. Zero. None. Zilch. No credit for that. All right. You were not the GM. You did not call the shots. Since EDC became GM to 2024, Howie Roseman went to 2 Super Bowls with no league MVP. Yeah. That's it. From Mayo Fonz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, I don't care if you like him personally. I don't care, you know, if you want him to be good. I want him to be good too. He's not. Let's bring up our guy Ferris, and then we're gonna go over to some Panthers talk. Oh, you got to change the scene. You got to change the scene. Osmond says, I keep asking, was there someone high in the Ravens org that was against drafting Lamar? No, I think everybody
wanted him.
Yeah.
You know what's funny too, because I saw I think it might have been just a group chat. I'm trying to remember now, but it was I think it was a screenshot from Urban where people were talking about how, oh well, the Eagles missed on Justin Jefferson, and you know the Bengals passed on Penei Sewell. You know you can do this with any GM. You know it was under somebody's rant that they were going on about EDC, and I'm like, yeah, the Bengals passed on Penei Sewell because they decided to take Jamar Chase. They didn't miss, right? and the Eagles, yes, the Eagles missed badly when they took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. And that's why they traded for AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And drafted Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They fixed it twice over.
Mm-hmm. And signed Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm. And had a great O-line and a very an incredibly deep defense.
Right.
And you know what? They had a really good tight end as well.
Yeah, tell the rest of the story. I love when people use you know what else I love too? I love when because this is another thing that they like to do, right? Those gatekeepers. Hey, well, this team that wins Super Bowls didn't make any trades. Are you saying they're not serious about winning?
Right.
Well, the Chiefs have won 3 Super Bowls. You know, since Pat Mahomes has been in the league. The Eagles just went to the Super Bowl, right? Like you're talking about these teams that are winning or are competing. You want to compare yourselves to those good teams when they do something similar or don't do something with their team that you're not doing. But the big moves that they make, right? When they go and make a big trade, when they get Saquon Barkley, they get AJ Brown, right? They go and make those big moves. You don't want to compare yourself to that team then.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You want to look at the other things that they're doing for the team. Just the things that they're not doing, like you're not doing. You can say, see, well, they can do it. Why can't we do it? Because you're not them. Ferris, what's up, man?
I'ma need a day off. I think I called Ferris up.
I'm doing good, guys. How are you?
Doing well.
Well, also too, you know, like, you know, when people, you know, bring up like the misses of the other gyms, yeah, we know, you know, GM is not an exact science. You will miss. The symbol of a great GM is, oh, I missed, let me fix it. Mm-hmm. Like that's the problem with the GM in New York for the Giants. He has missed a lot and he hasn't fixed it. You know, he missed with the tackle that they tried to make guard. He missed, should have, then drafted a guard in the 2nd round or the 3rd round, possibly Christian Haynes or, you know, someone, or, you know, or was it the other Christian, which is Mahogany, could have drafted one of them to fix that, because you ended up replacing your bad right tackle with the Raiders right tackle, Jermaine Illuminor, who's actually one of the most important players on the Giants team, because without him, that right side is kind of iffy.
Sounds like he fixed it then, Ferris.
No, I'm talking about, but now you need to fix your guard position.
Why don't you give him some credit?
Well, I give him credit for that one. I'm not going to give him credit for, drafting a cornerback for a specific scheme, then seeing that cornerback stop playing good. you then should have drafted another cornerback. But no, you end up drafting a corner that phenomenal tackler, guys, tremendous tackler, but he can't cover.
Well, how do you think he got to be such a great tackler, Ferris?
He can't talk because he can't cover. No,
But
you
hey,
let
hey,
Xavier McKinney walk, but you don't replace him with a better safety.
And you replaced him with Cam Scatterboo. So what's up now?
Scatterboo led when Scatterboo first got it, he led the league in red zone rushing touchdowns. The first time he started.
It's a very specific stat.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's the stat that I use to help me, But no, exactly. But the thing is,
call that cope.
Exactly. I am coping. But no, exactly. You get rid of Xavier McKinney because you're like, oh, safety is easily replaceable, which sometimes it is. But the problem is you then draft Tyler Nubin, who can't cover either, and has horrible angles. That's the mark of a great GM. You mess up, you fix it. You mess up, you fix it. That's what you do. You mess up, you fix it.
Yeah, you draft Xavier Leggett, and then you say, you know what? I better get Tedroll McMillan.
Exactly. It's pretty much.
Ryan, though, he said, I guess the negativity turned into prophecy. Yeah, a lot of people say we're negative when we say these things, right? A lot of people say, oh, you guys are just being negative. Now where are we?
But also too, Jose, right? When the big teams don't do trades at the trade deadline, like you say, like the Chiefs or the Lions or sometimes the Eagles, sometimes they don't do trades. It's because they've drafted the people they need, so they don't need to trade for people. The Lions don't need to trade for anybody. The Lions have drafted everyone they need.
Right.
Right. They don't need safety. They had Brian Branch in the second round. They don't need right tackle. They drafted Penei Sewell. Do they need receivers? No, they don't. They have Jameson Winston and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams. I say Winston? My bad.
He
Sorry.
Sure did. And Isaac Tesla.
And then they have Sam Laporta. And then I think the iffy part was probably their rookie guards, but they look like they're panning out.
Yeah.
They have two running backs that are running back ones on any other team. You know what I mean? Their defense.
Boy, are they?
Their defense, the only problem with their defense last year was that they were all injured. Now they're all healthy.
I'm sorry, Ferris. I got to bring this up from Just Allo. Xavier Leggett, Brodny will never let that go. Why should I let it go, Just Allo? He's still running out there every week running routes.
Horrible angles. Did I say ankles?
This is a perfect time to pivot over to the Panthers. So
my man's going out there all by himself for no reason, stepping out of bounds with 2 feet, and then coming back in to catch the ball. All right, well, I'm supposed to let that go. I'm rooting for him. Hold
on.
Like,
We're gonna pivot to him right now, but pick for the Ravens Vikings game.
Ravens. I think the Ravens win and they win big.
I think the Vikings win.
Okay.
That's because Ferris is a hater.
No, I don't think that. First, I don't think you're a hater. Like that. Like that's they could beat the Ravens.
I'll admit it.
Yeah,
they could beat the Ravens. But I'm with you. I think the Ravens are going to win big, because they're climbing themselves out of a hole. They can't be comfortable right now. This is one of those games that could derail them. I mean, even if they lose this game, they're not out of it. But where their confidence level is now, like I think they're a little desperate to play more consistent football. So I'm gonna pick them to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Panthers also didn't make any moves.
Them big deals the Panthers made.
You damn right.
They also didn't make any moves.
No. They did.
What?
Well, it's not done yet, but they did just bring in
trade
Asante
moves.
Asante Samuel Jr. for a workout since he was cleared to play. And if I dare say so myself, that is an EDC-esque move. If he does pan out, they get him for nothing. He was a very good player before destroying his spine. His spine is fine now. So that could fill a big need for him.
His spine is fine for regular human activity, not pro athletes crashing into each other activity.
He got cleared to play in the NFL.
Oh, it was a spine injury. I thought it was like multiple concussions.
Listen, man,
a lot going on.
Listen,
oh, damn, then I don't think you should be playing anymore.
That's not. Don't go back out there, man.
He's cleared to play. You know what? Screw y'all. Both of you. All right, he is cleared. Asante, don't listen to any of this.
No,
right?
don't go back
out there. Listen to this.
Tua's doing just fine. Tua's doing just fine after he was throwing up them gang signs. Now, he's not playing well, but his health is good. All right, Asante, you're gonna be just fine. You go out there. All right. You don't need to make hits. Cover.
Oh man, his
Cover.
injury designation, it just
That's
says spine. That does not look good, man.
And guess
It just
what?
says spine. And I'm
what?
like,
When
oh
it
my
says,
God.
guess
Hold
what?
on,
What
hold
does it say when he's cleared? It says spine. He's cleared. He's good.
So
He also visited San Francisco.
you guys didn't make any trades. All right, you didn't make any trades, but I would have. We both would have liked to see them make some trades because they. What's up, Purple Rain Podcast? It's gotta be Sutton. What's up, Sutton? Sutton and Alex. Salute to both of y'all, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe.
Why is it never Alex?
You know what,
I don't know,
Chris?
man.
We don't know. All right, we just
Because you're always assuming
Are you
it's
trying
Sun.
to
We don't.
start something?
No, because
When-
Jose's always like,
when-
"Oh, I'm assuming it's Sun." Like, what if
We
it's
just put
Alex?
a
You don't
Sutton
know
because
that.
Sutton is on the show on the Ravens Roundup with Jose.
When you see lunch break hot take in a chat, who do you assume it is?
Well, actually, I don't know because sometimes you guys both come with your own.
No,
personal accounts.
you say hello,
Close me
Jose, every single time.
Every single time.
That's because Brodny showed up with his personal account first. Then the second one be you, but then Jose be like, then Jose comes with his personal account. And sometimes I get confused.
No, but the point is that you say hello, Jose, every single time. You make the
What's
assumption.
up, Maverick? Maverick Nguyen says Pittsburgh is in full control of the division. Recognized. They are. They are. They
Yeah, no, as long as if they can keep playing well, you know,
and so are the Ravens.
I don't think I said anything bad because I
So
don't
the
know why you
Ravens.
face palming. All right, I think that was very, very astute of me.
But I will disagree with this. Maverick says y'all are on 3-5 and on life support. They are actually favored to win the division.
Yeah. Let's
What?
back it up a little bit.
So let's,
You know,
Yeah.
one game, and you're back to talking trash. Because had you lost last game,
like Pitt's in control of their own
real
destiny,
quiet.
but they are favored to win the division down there in Baltimore.
Yeah, no, because Cincinnati
there you
doesn't.
go. There you go.
Okay, thank you. There's,
Always
you know
gonna
what I
be
mean? All right,
Thank you, son.
just,
Appreciate it.
I'm just trying to get to know people. I don't know.
Goddamn, man.
All right.
I'm
Anyway,
just
that's
trying
my
to be-
point. That's my point.
I'm
That's
just
my
trying to,
point.
I'm just trying to be nice here, man. Just trying to,
The Panthers didn't make any trades.
Yeah.
Right.
because
Even though we wanted to see them make a move because they are competing right now, especially after that Green Bay win, you had to make a move, man. Because
I think after the Green Bay win, they said, "Man, we don't
need
need
to move.
to make a move."
yeah.
You know, as well as the defense played, they man, you know what? Why bring in somebody who could potentially mess with the chemistry that we got going on? And I think the real big thing and why they didn't make a move. Not that they absolutely didn't want to, but the prices were outrageous. The only real deal out there was Logan Wilson for a 7th, you know, to Dallas. Quinnen Williams went for a ton. Sauce Gardner went for a ton. You know, they're asking a lot for guys like Trey Hendrickson. You know, Jalen Phillips, you know, that was more reasonable. But again, I don't think he's necessarily a difference-making player, you know. And I would rather they stick with Princely and Scorton and Wanham. Pat Jones is out for the season, unfortunately. But you know, I don't think that the right deal was out there for them, outside of potentially Logan Wilson, and who knows if they even called on him. He lost his job on the Cincinnati defense, so you know. I do think that
Two worst linebackers.
It was just a situation where the right, I hate I'm about to say this, the right player for the right price was not available. I hate it. and they're saying, listen, they're having a great year, right? They're 5-4. And let's say they even get to 8-9 wins, maybe even 10 wins, maybe even make the playoffs, right? Nobody's expecting them to compete for a Super Bowl this year, right? And
Making the
they're
NFC Championship game.
So they're like, hey, why trade future picks for a run that's probably not going to happen this year? You know, let's keep those picks and keep building the team through the draft, making, you know, strategic acquisitions in free agency. And you know, they'll make trades when they need to. They've shown that. You know, Dan Morgan has shown that. But I think that right now there wasn't that difference-making player for a price that they were willing to pay who would come in and really kind of put them over the top. You know,
Let me tell you something, man. The 3 times that the Baltimore Ravens, the Carolina Panthers have worn a commemorative patch, they've made the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
First year, 10 years, 20 years.
The 2 times that they started the season against Jacksonville, they made the Super Bowl as well. So we'll see if this is
NFC
God damn, OJ, that ain't right.
OJ.
Then you sound like Sleepy John.
Sleepy John. Ooh,
that's not cool. I listen, OJ. I'm not even mad at that. I hated every part of that little speech I just gave. I didn't like none of that.
Yeah, you sounded like a.
But it's the right thing. You got to recognize when it's the right time to be aggressive. When it's and when it's too early. Or
BDC
too late.
They calling you BDC in the chat.
That's not right. I hate y'all.
He says, "Gotta go bargain bin shopping."
No. Again, you have to recognize where you are as a team. Baltimore is at a point where they need to be aggressive. They're in their window right now.
Yes.
They can go get guys. Like trading a first-round pick for Quinnen Williams doesn't mean anything to Baltimore. Like that pick is going to be at the bottom of the first round, and he's going to make a big impact on that defense, right? Trading that for Carolina, trading that,
no,
you're probably still not going to the Super Bowl, right? So you just have to recognize, like next year, round trade deadline next year, I imagine they're going to be in a position where they are thinking about, hey, if we can get 1 or 2 guys, it can put us over the top. But they're just not at that spot right now.
I want to pause real quick because Maverick, he talk your smack, Maverick. You guys are number one. I got no problem with that. But but hold on.
So is Maverick the Vikings?
Wait, no, hold on.
Pittsburgh.
Hold on. You outed yourself, Maverick. He said Minnesota's going to attack Fall Lele and Vorcheeks, talking about our guards. How's a diehard Steelers fan? What do you know about our guards, Baltimore? Right? I know we talk bad about them, but what you know about our guards? Unless
Maverick, I'd like to introduce you to Suge, our other resident fake Steeler fan.
Why you know so much about our team, Maverick?
Oh, by the way, someone asked earlier, what are the matting ratings of our guards? I think Daniel Fale is a 74 and Andrew Voorhees is a 70, by the way.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't even know the Ravens guards.
That's funny.
He's the number one Raven hater. Okay. All right. Respect.
Like Bill Hader?
Sky for intel behind enemy lines. Salute. All right. Appreciate that. I appreciate you coming through. All right. Just make sure you hit that like button. All right. Okay. All right. So you good with them not making any moves?
I am because I think and everybody said it was a seller's market. The teams were able to kind of jack up the prices on the players they traded away, and I appreciate that they didn't get sucked into that. Like when they traded a second plus a couple other picks for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, because one of the positions that we said we would like to see them get is linebacker. You didn't really see any movement at linebacker.
Yeah, it was just Logan Wilson, really.
And the Giants should have got Logan Wilson, man, because our linebackers stink.
That's not true.
That's so true.
Michael McFadden coming back someday.
Yeah, someday, but he's not this day. He's still hurt. Yeah. Man, we out here putting out some dude named Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. I'm like, why are you wearing 33 as a linebacker? You a special teamer, bro.
I'm not 100% okay with that. Like, I would like to see Jacoby Myers go there.
Yeah, I would say if it's Shaheed or Jacoby, I would have been okay with it. But I think they're still in that space where they believe Xavier Legette to an extent, and they want to see what they have in Jalen Coker. Like they want to get him more involved, and they want to see what they have in Jimmy Horn. So I understand not making that move. And again, like I said, next year you'll know more about what you've got in those 3 guys, and if they're still lacking, I think you see him make a move. But right now, Jimmy Horn's like 4 games into his career. Jalen Coker just came off of IR. He's kind of just rounding into form. Like he hasn't played his best game yet. And Xavier Legette he's still doing XL things. So You take that as a positive or negative, however you will. But they're still kind of in that evaluation phase of those guys, I think.
Yeah.
And I do believe, honestly, they're going to need those picks to restock the O-line next season.
Yeah, I really
I need
like
two
what
new
they
ones
did.
because
You need two new what?
he said, "How many linebackers do I need?" I'm like, "I need two new ones. That's what I
Okay.
need."
Okay. I think did the Giants make any moves, Ferris?
No, because they're firing them. There was a
No,
report.
They tried to move Evan Neal, and nobody wanted him.
Well, yeah, that move that was probably he was allowed to do. But a couple weeks ago, there was a report where they said the Giants are not going to be. They're not going to be active. It was when we won, I think, 2 games, and they were like, "Oh, we should get a receiver for Jackson Dart," and then we lost 2 games again. And then it was like, and then the report was they're not going to make them do any big deals like trade away picks because 1, we don't have enough picks to trade, and 2, they're on the GM and the coach are on a block. Where why would we allow them to make deals and then fire them in the offseason, which then you ruin the next GM's chance of rebuilding the team. So they were basically told they're not allowed to do anything to trade away picks, because they're like, you're probably going to get fired. So why would I let you make moves? That's us not doing anything proves to me that them two are getting fired. Because if the GM was definitely staying, they would have probably allowed him to make a deal. But they said, no, you're not making any deals. So yeah, they're gone. And it's these past 2 weeks, there's a reporter named Paul Schwartz. He works for the New York Post. He's basically the organization's mouthpiece. They need to send out a story to slander somebody. They send it through him. And he's already had 2 articles blaming them, blaming the GM and the coach, and another article splitting them apart. Because they were always, we're a package deal, but now they're no longer a package deal. So the GM is distancing himself from the coach, and the coach is doing the same thing now, and now they're fighting for survival. There's also a video of the Jackson Dart deal where Joe made sure to tell everyone in the video, this is Brian Daboll's guy. Let's roll the dice and do it. I trust you, Brian. Saying Brian. He's saying like, this is Brian's guy. Now Brian's guy's panned out, and Joe looks like an idiot. But also, Joe looks smart if he just takes credit for drafting. Oh, I still drafted him. I still made the deal. But you made it very clear that's not your guy. It was Brian's guy. So they're both going to be gone. What
are they going on a little win streak, and they've got a new quarterback? I don't think they'll be gone.
No, they're definitely going to be fired. No, like it's done. Because I think he's probably going to look at like, oh, the Patriots stunk with Drake May. They hired Mike Vrabel, and now they're 7-2. I can do the same thing.
Yeah, that's not how that happened, though.
Isn't it how that happened? Were they bad last year?
What happened was they hired a coach as a scapegoat for a year. They didn't put any money into the team. Yeah. Then they fired Gerard Mayo, and then they poured money into the team and hired the coach that they wanted, who was available last year anyway, but they didn't hire him then.
Because they made a promise to let Gerard Mayo be the coach for a year. Yeah.
All right. So there's no core public opinion. We can take a little more time. We gotta do Panthers and Saints. How you feel about this game?
I feel pretty good about this one, man. I can be honest. Like we could skip right over this. I feel great about this. This is going to be a win. They are moving to 6-4 this week. Tyler Shuck is not it. And they just traded away.
Is he still starting?
Yep.
Yeah, he just became starter.
Yep, it's the second week.
They just traded away.
Who was starting before? I thought he was starting before.
Spencer Rattler.
Nope, Spencer Rattler. We lost to Spencer Rattler, the guy who benched.
Yeah,
this guy.
And now he's benched. Carolina's got this. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout. That's not really Carolina's style so much, but they're going to win.
1 week it was.
It was 1 week.
Shout to you, game too easy.
But yeah, I think they definitely have this one. I think they're going to get the Atlanta win next week as well to get them to 7-4. And because both of those I think are in the bag, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. They're gonna beat San Francisco too.
All you got to do with San Francisco is just stop the run.
Yeah,
Stop
easier
throwing
said
him in the
than
game.
done with Christian McCaffrey back there, but they're gonna get it done.
But I think you can. I
They're
think you
gonna get it
can
done.
because their best receiver is Juwan Jennings, and I think J.C. Horn can stop Juwan Jennings.
Yo, Chaos says Saints went from who that to who is that?
But Saints fans,
What,
Saints
cuz?
fans,
What?
No,
wait
I
a
think-
minute. What? Cuz
yeah, I think Saints fans are like, we used to have Drew Brees. We used to have Drew Brees, and now we have this. We have this. yo, man, like people kept saying how Drew Brees kept the crime rate down, and he did. So apparently, now it's crazy. Oh my God, man!
kept the crime rate down, covering up all them assaults in the Catholic Church down
All
there.
right, so we're all picking the Panthers.
Damn, I didn't know that shit.
We're all picking the Panthers to beat the Saints.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Are you saying you may not beat San Francisco?
Huh?
No, that's because
Okay.
I'm a hater. That's all right.
Wow.
I'll see you in a few weeks, Cuzzo.
Look, it's 1 week at a time. Listen, man. That
Yeah.
now, even though Green Bay, they made their bed a few times in that game. The Panthers stayed in position to take advantage late in that game, right? This is a team that shows, hey, like, no, we can go out there and compete. Don't get it twisted. I know there's some weeks we just off, we out of it, but no, we'll bounce right back. So this team's not far away.
It sounds real Disney, real saccharine, but like they believe in the coach, they believe in each other, they play hard, they do not quit, and that's why they can beat a team like Green Bay.
Yeah.
They fight every down, and they just they keep going. You can't. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't put them away. Like they've had their off weeks where they gotten blown out, but they don't let it affect them. It's in one year out the other, essentially. So I think they've got the right coach there. They've got the right core of players, and they just need to keep on building.
Yeah. All right. No court of public opinion. Do we have any submitted questions?
It's funny because there were a couple. There's one person in particular who seems to just be using the submitted questions to just post their thoughts. So
wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Before you do that, I need to plug a few things. First, Ferris, let the people know where they can find you, my friend.
You guys can find me on the Post Credits channel as well as the Good Friends Better Rivals channel. Good Friends Better Rivals, our sports channel, every Friday, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. Me and Caleb talk the NFC East, Giants, Cowboys. We got big news for the Cowboys. They did something that, Jerry Jones on Monday night said, we have a trade in place. People laughed at him. Even Troy Aikman laughed at him. Then the next day, boom, the trade happened. And then the Giants, they stink. I watched them live. I went to MetLife. So I will be talking about my experience visiting MetLife Stadium. Wasn't as bad as people thought. People told me it was pretty good. I did, forget my bobblehead. So that was very upsetting. It was Phil Simms' bobblehead night, and I forgot mine at my seat because I was distraught. And I completely forgot about them. But overall, there's that, as well as the post-credit channel. We do movies, TV show reviews, rewatching. We do all that good stuff if you like that.
All right. Also, patreon.com/LBHT Show. That's where you can find the overtime show. That's a show we do after this, where we do a little extra stuff. We had some other fun, and tonight we're gonna have some fun. Okay, our brother Suge Knight 323. He's fighting for his life out there against the neighborhood watch. Okay, and we're going to talk all about that on the overtime show. All right, patreon.com/LBHT Show is where you can find that story and anything else that you want to talk about. This show, it can go in any direction that you want to go into. Sports, entertainment, politics, just general life stuff, whatever. That's the place for it. Okay, for as little as $5 a month, you can be a member of our Patreon and our community, because that gets you access to our Discord channel. All right, and our channel is a little bit safer than others. And Urban just became. I forgot we still got those on.
Thank you, Urban.
Thank you, Urban. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Should those not be on?
No, it was supposed to be limited. It was supposed to be limited time.
Classic behind the scenes stuff.
But we're gonna honor this, Urban. I will post it after the show. Just give it like 2 minutes after the show. I'm gonna post the overtime show link in the community section for the members. All right, you'll see it. You'll see it soon.
All right. So for the submitted questions, we're gonna have a little progression here. I'm gonna go from comment to comment with question to just question.
Okay.
First up, Marcus, have seen the Purple Patrol come out in full force yesterday and today protecting EDC, calling us fans unreasonable for trying to have the best team on the field. Baltimore media soft as cottonelle. They scared to get the boot like Nestor. But you literally have Buffalo, KC, Philly media on live radio calling out the GMs, but they're reasonable. Lamar, please leave. These people never wanted you here. They forget that they were clamoring for the Ravens to not sign Lamar to an extension for 2 years straight. They still want Flacco for some strange reason. And Flacco never won an MVP. Never was all pro. Don't have any franchise passing records. Nothing. But they still glorify him. That's from Marcus. Next time, Marcus, I appreciate you going and posting there. I had a question. I had a question next time. But appreciate that. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All facts there. And listen, people have revisionist history because they love Flacco. They didn't love him in the end.
No.
They did not love him in the end. Everybody here was ready for Flacco to go, and they were ready for Harbaugh to go. And if anybody tells you different, they're a damn lie.
Next up, we've got Young Wild. I've realized now that Lamar is in an abusive relationship with the Ravens. EDC reminds me of the mom from Everybody Hates Chris. I don't need this. My man has 3 jobs. EDC acts like he doesn't have to improve the team. Let Lamar figure it out. And if he can't, everyone will blame him anyway, while calling EDC a top 5 GM. But do we eventually lose sympathy for Lamar if he keeps putting up with this? If he keeps going back to the Ike Turner DaCosta, is he damaging the legacy he could have had in a competent organization?
Is EDC damaging his legacy?
No, it's Lamar if he stays.
No. Two MVPs. I don't think he's damaging his legacy. I mean, look, you gotta win a Super Bowl. I mean, look, he doesn't have to win a Super Bowl. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. But in terms of where he gets compared to other quarterbacks, he's got to win a Super Bowl, right? I won't say for necessarily that he's damaging his legacy staying here. You can win. Anybody can win it. Like this is like John Elway, right? People look at John Elway completely different because he got those 2 Super Bowls towards the end of his career, but it took him a long time. Matt Stafford, same thing. 13 straight seasons, didn't win a playoff game. Right, and then he won. So I mean, like, it's not all doom and gloom if he takes another deal here. He still has time to win, but he does need to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think yes and no. For the reason that you said, in football, it's harder. It's harder to force your way out than in some other sports.
Yeah,
and it's harder for one player to have that kind of an impact to kind of carry a team to a championship because you're only playing one side of the ball. But if you see that the organization is not moving on from incompetent leadership like Eric DaCosta and John Harbaugh, and you continue to stay there, that will damage your legacy if you don't win. The guy I always compare it to, there's 2. One in basketball, Reggie Miller, who stayed in Indiana and never won.
Good.
And you okay, calm it down. Your team didn't win either. Then but you look at him at the time, he's one of the greatest shooting guards ever, deadly from 3 and blah, blah, all this stuff. And then he retires without that ring. And as time goes on, he's just like, yeah, Reggie was pretty good. He was pretty good shooting guard, but nobody puts him up there. Right. The other Dan
There's
Marino.
1 year. Oh yeah.
Okay, just calm down, Ferris. The other is Dan Marino in the NFL. Obviously he went to the Super Bowl in his second year, didn't win it, never got back. And despite being arguably, the most talented thrower ever, you don't hear his name brought up when you talk about the greatest quarterbacks, right? It's never Marino and Brady, and he says it's always Brady, Mahomes, Peyton, those
Montana.
guys who have multiple rings. You don't even hear Montana as much anymore, but
I don't know.
the because he's old. But the thing is, like, you have to win. You absolutely have to win in order to cement that kind of legacy. The MVPs alone, it's not enough. Matt Ryan won an MVP. I mean, it was one, but Matt Ryan won an MVP, lost in the Super Bowl. He doesn't get that kind of love. Cam won an MVP, lost in the Super Bowl. He doesn't get that kind of love, right? And it just is like Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs. He's got the 1 Super Bowl, and that's the only thing that keeps his name kind of above most of the hatred, right?
Mhm.
Is that he did get through and get that 1 early in his career. So for Lamar, you gotta take that long view and say, hey, if Steve Bisciotti is not about winning a Super Bowl, then I got to get out of here, because otherwise you're just depending on luck.
But here's the thing too. Like, are they gonna do for him what the Lions did for Stafford? Where the Lions, they got a good deal for him. They got 2 first-round picks and Jared Goff, but they still had to, trade him to make the deal. And they were like, where do you want to go? And he says, I want to go to LA. Can you send me there? Like, cool, let's make a deal with LA. And LA needed a quarterback. They want, but are they going to show him? Are they going to show Lamar the same grace? Or they just send him like, what, we'll send you Jacksonville. Die in Jacksonville. We don't care. Do it. Or we'll just keep you hostage.
They can't do that to him because he has a no trade clause.
Oh, okay.
So if he says, hey, you trade me, he's only going to get traded somewhere he wants to go. But we're also talking about just not signing another extension.
Yeah.
And playing out the contract in Baltimore and then leaving.
Because they can't franchise tag him, can they?
Right. No.
Good. That's what that's good. And you know what?
Right.
Do that.
We got one last question here.
Can I say one thing about Lamar?
What?
It shocks me, man. It shocks me.
Can you pass?
So I'm asking, can I?
No, I'm asking,
said, what?
Can you?
If you don't want me to, I won't say.
You're asking, may I? I'm asking, can you?
I can if you will allow me.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just saying it's crazy how a team can send 2 first-round picks for a cornerback, right? But a couple years ago, sending 2 first-round picks for possibly Lamar Jackson was a little too rich. That's a little too crazy. All I gotta say.
Yeah, clear collusion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last one is from Big E3. I'm not reading the second part of your name. Don't do that. Question: when will Lamar speak up about the O-line, or has he already? He's not going to speak up publicly about it. Lamar is a professional. Lamar's a great teammate. Lamar's a leader in Baltimore. He's not going to throw those guys under the bus, nor should he.
No,
I mean, he absolutely should not do that. Those guys aren't out there trying to sabotage Lamar.
It's bad.
They're out there playing as hard as they can. They're trying to block. They can't do the job, and that's not their fault. They're not the ones that put themselves out there every week, right? That's on the coach. That's on the GM. So no, you don't call out the O-line play publicly. He should call it out, privately to the GM, to the coach, well, to the GM, and say, you need to fix this. I don't necessarily think he will, again, because it's just a difficult thing to go and kind of, I don't know, like, not sell out your teammates, but go to the boss and say, hey man, this dude's he's just not getting it done.
It's also like football culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way when you play football, the way they kind of brainwash you, like, we're together. This is the trenches. We're going to war, because football was created for high aristocrats simulating war because they didn't want them to be soft. So they created football. And the way football is basically like, you don't do that to nobody. They could be the worst football player on planet Earth. You don't say anything. And sometimes you don't even say nothing to your coach or anything. You just be like, yeah, that's Reggie. It's just, that's just him.
No,
I think
I disagree.
I'm sorry.
No, I disagree too. But
No. I'm disagreeing with your opinion that he's not going to say anything. I think he is, and he's going to say it through his mom, his agent. And I think that's one of the benefits of having his mom as an agent, is because she has a vested interest in keeping her son upright and healthy, and he trusts her fully. She'll be the one to go to them and say, "You're not protecting my son. What are you going to do about that?" Right? He doesn't have to say anything. He can just go out there and just be one of the guys, whatever. Hey, talk to my agent. You got to talk to my mom about that stuff, and she gonna be like, "Hey, listen, you're not gonna let my son keep getting beat up like that. Make some moves, or this is gonna get real uncomfortable for you."
Yeah, I think that to Perez's point, I think why it's so difficult for players to call out other players is if they're putting in the work. Like, you just don't want to do that. Like,
yeah.
Justin Fields is not a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. But everybody knows that he puts in the work, he tries and everything, and nobody calls him out on the team. Right. Because you're just, like you said, you're not going to do that. He's doing everything he can do. And if he just can't physically do it, then you can't physically do it. And then, the GM and the coach have to fix that on their own. Like, calling him out's not going to do anything. Now, if Daniel Falele was out there, not running, not lifting, Voorhees not going to, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Then it's much easier to call them out.
Yeah.
Because you're calling them out for effort.
Exactly.
If the effort is there, you're not going to call your teammates out.
Because you end up, because like Brodny said, they can't physically do it. So you don't get mad at them. You get mad at the coach and the GM for putting them in the position of that's when people say, like, oh, why should they stop playing this guy? Is that the players aren't mad at the player. The players are mad at the leaders who are saying, like, he can't do it. I know he can't do it. I think he's a nice guy, but he can't do this. You got to do your job and bench him. And when they don't bench him, that's when you lose the locker room. That's when people are like, dude, you're not doing it, but the problem is John, has made this locker room with a lot of people who are basically like kind of people who like don't challenge him, or like, and the people who do challenge him get sent away, right? Like we said, like they get sent away. And I knew, like there's not a lot of fight, they don't, there's not a lot of collaboration. They don't fight John. The reason I found out about it is y'all remember when the Chiefs punked Justin Tucker, right? Before we found out all about that other stuff of him being a horrible person, they punked him. They punked him at home. At that moment, he was a franchise legend, and no one got in Travis Kelce's face. No one got in his face. I would have gotten in his face. No one did anything. They saw, you know what I mean? Exactly. That's probably why. Yes. Yeah, that's probably why. Because he was probably playing ping pong. I believe Lamar. I'm on team Lamar.
Read the comments for the.
Kwame says Paul Lele was playing video games the most. That's why Lamar took him away.
And you know what? Team Lamar. I'm on Lamar's. But like exactly, can
you imagine that? I'm sorry, Fred. Can you imagine if that's what it was? You saw the old lineman, they out there, they gaming. He just got so mad, he just wanted to rip everything off.
Smash the controller out their head. No more goddamn Call of Duty.
Yeah,
you ain't doing your
I
duty.
saw y'all play Stardew Valley. No more. No more playing the crops.
Hey,
that gets you focused. Okay,
right.
It doesn't.
It gets you in your right headspace.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, okay.
By the way, next Stardew Valley, Chef RPG. It's out now on Steam. Do yourself a favor. All right. It's fantastic.
I'm about that. But exactly, no one got in Travis Kelce's face. No one. You just saw a franchise legend get punked by a tight end named Travis Kelce. No one known that Travis Kelce don't scare nobody. Who gets scared of him? I'm not scared of him. And he's 6'8".
Maybe they didn't want to accidentally rub up against Justin.
I'm just saying, man. Nobody got in. I'm just saying, you just let someone punk your franchise legend. Yeah, but he's still.
He's still.
So you protect your kickers. You mess with them. You don't let no one else mess with them.
Still
what I mean?
Okay. All right. I mean, I let you go with the dramatics for a minute, but let's get fast here. All right. He wasn't out there. No, they weren't soft. He wasn't out there with the team. He was out there by himself, and he went over where Travis Kelce was warming up and try to get in his space by himself, the smallest man on the team, without the rest of the team out there warming up. So we supposed to go out there and defend that? No, don't be an idiot.
He was warming up himself. That's where he always warms up.
You know what? Yes, that's what being a team is.
Exactly.
Listen, you know what I saw the other day?
Minus the
you know what I saw the other day? When the Dodgers and Blue Jays were playing, somebody threw a pitch a little too close. Somebody got mad. Bench is cleared. Dugout's cleared. Not only that, the bullpen's cleared too.
Yeah.
But they all got out there, and guess
Yeah.
what? Ain't nobody throw a punch, but they was out there. They had his back. Okay?
Exactly.
Kicker don't count. Sorry.
See, why I gotta do it, man? Kickers
No,
count,
no,
man.
he doesn't. Remember that famous scene from Hard Knocks where the kicker was upset for the Kansas City Chiefs. I forget if he had just missed kicks or what it was, but special teams coach was in there talking to Herm Edwards, and Herm was like, "He'll be fine. He's a kicker. He's a kicker. He'll be fine.
He's a kicker."
He cut him like 3 days later. He'll be fine. He's a kicker.
He gonna be home.
Care.
He's gonna be home soon.
They don't care.
Unemployed.
Case in point, Younghoe Koo has been a good kicker in the NFL for a while, right? Not a great kicker, not the best kicker, but a good kicker. He did one thing wrong. Atlanta showed him the door, and they've been paying for it ever since.
The guy they replaced him with.
They lost a game because of the kicker this past week, missing extra points. They got shut out because of the kicker because he missed 2 field goals against Carolina. And you know what? They're too proud to call him back because he's a kicker.
And the guy they replaced him with, they're replacing him.
Yeah,
Tyler Romo's being replaced by someone else. He missed 2 kicks.
They have to. He's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Younghoe Koo apparently is so bad that Graham Gano injured is the Giants' best policy.
He's not that bad though. He's fine.
He hurt his neck.
But the thing is, Ferris, they're kickers. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the kicker until they cost you the game.
Then I think that's why they cost. You know what I mean? You gotta show them love. You know, be a good teammate.
Even Rich Eisen, he said punters are people too. He ain't saying nothing about kickers.
Punters. Well, punters don't matter.
You know why he could say that and not kickers? Because the punters won MVP before.
That's true. Yeah, shout out to Red Guy.
That's right.
Damn.
So you win MVP.
My point was this team seems soft. That's my point. That was my point. Team seems a little soft.
Okay. Because we didn't defend the kicker. Cool. All right.
It's not about the kicker. It's about defending like the team. And the
you gave one example, and you still had an example for a good 2-minute rant. All right. You gave no other examples. All this for a kicker.
Well, it's the it's what do you call it? It's the principle of the thing.
Yeah.
It's the principle. You don't come to my house.
Let me ask you something.
Do all that nonsense.
You don't come to my house and say, hey, don't warm up where I warm up.
Hey,
it's my house. I'll warm up wherever I want.
No, that's not how that goes.
Do you think if Roquan was over there warming up, do you think it went down the same way?
No, because Travis Kelce wouldn't try to punk him, so he went to go. Exactly, that makes it worse. So you got to punk.
Yeah.
Why? I'm up in your face.
He absolutely would.
You gonna punk the small guy, but you ain't gonna punk me. That's some coward stuff. You get up in his face, man.
Travis Kelce absolutely would.
I'm not shaking my head. I'm not shaking. No, they would probably get into it, right?
But I'm saying it wouldn't go the same way, but he would absolutely still try to do the same thing.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Nobody's scared of Roquan.
Well, exactly. We use Roquan. That's a bad example.
Hold. Time out. Yes, Roquan. He hasn't played his best. That don't mean the dude ain't tough.
I'm not saying he's not tough. I'm saying you're not scared of him. You're out there to play a football game. They're not scared of anybody out there. He would absolutely go up to him and mess with him if he thought he could get into his head. And that's all they were doing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not saying that Roquan is soft or anything like that. He's obviously he's huge. He's in shape. He's very muscular. He's strong. He's all that. I would want to fight Roquan, but you're not going to fight him.
No,
you're gonna go over there and you're gonna mess with him, and then maybe he pushes you, you push him back, and then some 60-year-old lawyers get between you.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing gonna happen.
All right, is that the last question?
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
I may have just wanted to see a fight on the playoff game. So you know what I mean.
Oh my God, Ferris.
Sorry. My apologies, Josh.
You know how long it takes to see fights? You know how many years Cortland Finnegan had been getting under people's skin before Andre Johnson, before he said enough?
Luke K said teams were scared of slugs. You damn right.
Yeah, well,
And
Suggs is a violent individual.
Yeah, Suggs is a criminal.
And Suggs would go over there and throw all Kelsey's stuff. Like,
He
now
would.
do something.
He would.
I mean,
Suggs would probably grab him by the head. Like,
I'll tell you what, if we're being real, no, he wouldn't. He'd just go find Travis Kelce's girl and slap her.
No, that's too much, baby.
Oh, is it? Is it too much? Is it too much?
You taking it too much? Yes.
Ask his wife if it's too much. All right? How about that?
We're talking about
how about that?
Talking about football.
Ridiculous.
We know Suggs is not a good person.
Ridiculous.
Time out, Kim.
You didn't say Justin Tucker would go out and find his girl to get a massage.
Okay, yeah.
What I said was the team didn't come to his aid because they didn't want to be rubbing up against him.
Time out. Why do you need to be protective of your quarterback? He's a kicker, Kim. He's a kicker. What's the kicker going to do to Patrick Mahomes? What do you got to be protected for? Oh man,
what y'all mean too far? We protecting the women beaters now? That's what we're doing.
No, we're not. You know, that's not very good. No, I'm with you.
Being
protective of his quarterback from a kicker. That's wild. I didn't know it. I know the kicker was scaring Patrick Mahomes. I didn't know that. That's crazy to think to see.
We're getting out of here.
It's time to go.
Patreon.com/LBHT Show. That's where you can find us next for the overtime show. What are you laughing at, Ferris?
We had a real bad guy on this team.
Yeah, and you know what? You won't hear me defending him either. A couple, actually a few.
We had a couple as well. Funny enough, one of them was our kicker.
I was about to say, Kwame, which one we talking about?
Right. I think I know which one you're talking about, but it might be Greg Hardy, right? I don't know.
It could be
He's probably talking about Greg Hardy. People don't even remember the first one.
I don't think they remember the other guy. I don't think that was long ago. Open the trunk. All right, so let's get cool.
All right, we get out of here. B, are you ready?
Christ. Yeah, I'm ready.
See, he's talking about Greg Hardy. Oh, you don't know about.
You don't know about the other one.
He don't know about the other one.
Kwame, real quick. Before we go, do you know who we're referencing? That's not Greg Hardy.
Listen, he's worse.
He's worse.
Much worse.
Much worse.
Much worse.
And Greg Hardy was horrible.
It's not even close.
Yeah. Like Greg Hardy was a horrible person. This guy was worse than him. Like this.
Greg Hardy's
just give us a yes or a no if you know who we're talking about, Kwame.
Don't Google it. Just yes or no. Yeah. Do you know who we're talking about?
Greg Hardy looks at him and says, "Damn, bro, what's wrong with you?" Yo, man, did you hear the story?
Kwame don't know.
I don't think Kwame knows.
Who is worse than Greg Hardy?
Yo, Greg Hardy be crazy to me, bro. Because I remember there's a story D'Angelo Williams was like, "Oh, he's the only one who showed up to my mom's funeral." I'm like, him?
Don't say no names, Big Reg. Don't say no names.
I know you know. I just want
to know if he knew who we were referencing. Okay. There've been some bad people. There's bad people on every team.
Yeah.
Every team. Yeah. All right. Kwame said I'm late.
Oh no. Okay. All right, Kwame. I want you to. Oh God.
I don't want
you, just ruin it. Just go and Google. Just go Google Carolina Panthers Ray. RAE. Carolina Panthers RAE. Google
do
that.
Do a little light reading.
Read about that.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
He was bad. It was really bad.
It was real bad.
It's not real bad.
All right.
You're bringing us down, Kwame.
Yes, Kwame. Yes.
No, he didn't kill nobody.
Not directly. Not directly. But yeah, he had it done. All right. Listen, we're getting out of here for real this time.
On the team
B, are you ready? B is ready. Patreon members, get ready. The overtime show is starting right now. The link is posted for channel members, so you can go over there and click right now. We're going to start in a couple minutes. Everybody else.
No, Kwame. You need to Google this. This is not true.
Read the comment.
Kwame says, I heard he was trying to get his son back. No. You need to go Google
the opposite of that.
You need to go
the extreme opposite of that.
The extreme opposite.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready, B?
I'm ready.
Everybody have a great night, and we will see you next time. Peace.